We say what they can't radio.
Black, stop playing with it.
Welcome to the No Mistakes podcast. In life, there are no mistakes, just life lessons. I'm your host, Let JBJ.
I'm Shakir B.
And today we have a special guest. We have my real estate partner, my business partner, my friend, Danny. Let's show some Danny some love. Yay, Danny's
What up,
on the
Danny?
show.
Look.
All right. You
Told
ready?
you, I'm gonna call her Shy Danny.
Shy Danny. She ain't that shy. She shy when she want to be.
Ooh.
Danny
You see
shy
what
when
happens
she
when
want to
people know
be.
you? Don't know me.
Okay, so Danny and I do real estate together. She's my partner. Danny, introduce yourself.
I am Danny Analyst.
Mhm.
I am a real estate agent. I am a mother, a friend, sister, wife.
Nice. Nice.
Okay.
Alright.
I am, what am I? You know what? I'm an
You're a
educator
superstar,
too.
and you do the
Right?
damn
I ain't a
thing.
superstar. But I'm an educator too. My degree is in education. I always
Nice.
loved working with children, and I worked with children with disabilities for a long time.
Okay.
Nice.
So I'm all over the place.
Nice. Nice.
I kind of want to jump into the real estate thing,
Okay.
right?
Let's do it.
Because I feel like you two are heavy hitters, if you will, when it comes to the
Trying.
real estate game.
Right,
Trying.
trying to make it happen.
Listen, so I think this would be a good opportunity, right, to kind of just talk about real estate and maybe drop some gems for some people who may be looking to maybe buy a house. I know, Danny, you and I were talking about a class action lawsuit that recently happened in the state of New Jersey. Let's just dive into all that.
Yeah.
Well,
Well, real estate is, I guess, initially going into it, I didn't think it would be as complicated. And I watch a lot of HGTV. I'm thinking, okay, I'm gonna make a
I can
few
do this.
coins, help people out find a house. I'm gonna show them like 3 houses like they do, and they're gonna pick it one of the 3, and we're gonna get the deal done. And it's nothing like that. It's nothing like that. And I think a lot of our clients think it's like that too. It's nothing like that. So Jimmy was in real estate before I was. A few, maybe like 8 years. I'm only like 5 years in.
Got you.
And we were in the same circle. We were friends, same circle, all other things. So we decided after hearing so much of, we don't know if you should pick Jimmy or you, Jimmy or you. And then they pick
Right.
somebody else completely.
Uh-huh.
I'm like, wait, we're not eating. Like this,
Right,
where's our
right.
bread? Like, okay. So we decided to partner up, and
Nice.
that way we can get these deals done without hearing, well, I didn't know if I should pick Jimmy, and I didn't want to break my loyalty with you. And so I got somebody else. Now, either if you pick me or him, we're winning
still
on
gonna
both
eat.
sides.
Yeah, true. Listen, I
Yeah.
be seeing y'all videos on Instagram, and y'all make the real estate game look fly.
ooh, I
Listen,
like
listen.
that. I like
I
that.
Y'all do.
appreciate
Y'all make
that.
it look
But
fly.
I have to give the kudos to Jimmy on that one,
Nah,
because all I
never
do.
Yeah, Jimmy is Mr.
Right.
Suave.
Right,
he,
and that
he know how to
marketing
talk to the
stuff,
camera.
He
you
does.
know.
Like, he breaks the camera.
Exactly.
The marketing things.
Whatever.
At our events, they were like, I'm like, go for it.
Hey, it takes a
You know,
team,
it's
man.
just-
It takes two. There's a lot of stuff I couldn't make it happen if Danny wasn't
y'all,
with me, bro.
Yeah,
So,
y'all definitely be looking
Yeah,
fly.
And I
man.
guess that's a balance,
Of course, yeah.
I'm a woman. I know women, so it's not always as easy to work with another woman, to team up with another woman. So it's a little easier on. He respects my attributes. He respects what I bring to the table, and I respect
course,
what he brings
of
to the
course.
table. Without the fight or competition of, well, did I do better because I'm better? Or whatever.
You win, he win,
Yeah,
he
we don't
win,
have
you win.
right. We don't
Yeah,
have
that's
that.
it.
I got you.
So we're working with another woman. Not, I always get the Danny. You always pick them inside, but no, it's not, in all actuality, it's just working with another man is a little different.
Got you.
There's like the competition of, am I the better woman or not? Is not there. We don't
Got
have
you.
to do that.
Got you.
Right. Nah,
So
we-
so
everybody-
in Jersey, when it comes to like home sales and things like that, what are some? Because people say it's expensive to buy a house in Jersey, right? So
It is.
what are some of, like, I guess, I don't know, the programs that you guys have seen that people can kind of use to get into home ownership?
Ooh, there's a few programs, but when it comes to become a poor thing or a sad thing or a hardship thing, is that the programs geared toward the urban areas,
Okay.
and it doesn't leave room for people that want to grow outside the urban area.
Okay, I got you.
Not saying
I
anything's
understand.
wrong with the urban
Yeah,
area.
no, I understand what
Right.
you're saying. I
But
understand exactly what you're saying.
some people are tired of the urban area.
Of course,
And they
of
would
course.
like to, they're working so hard, they would like to accomplish and just go somewhere more suburbia,
Mm-hmm.
somewhere more where the schools are graded just a little bit higher and, so forth and so on.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
So, but a lot of the programs are geared, like this qualifies.
Push you
exactly
into the urban
right. This
areas.
qualifies, but in that area, in that Essex County area or that area or this area. And I think it's just not too fair. I mean, like, granted, it helps,
Mm-hmm.
but it doesn't help them move to where their desire would be.
I understand that.
But I'd rather them get something than get nothing.
Well, yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Some of the programs are, even though they kind of gear you towards certain areas,
Mm-hmm.
it's a lot of times it's a way in. It's a way into that home ownership because there's programs that little to no money down. There's programs that pay for your down payment assistance. They pay for your closing costs.
Got you.
But like Danny was saying, a lot of times they kind of gear you towards a certain area. But me, I say, jump
Get
in,
something.
get in,
Get
pay
something.
for a little while,
Yeah.
and then you can.
Especially
There's things you
with,
can do to get to move yourself out of.
Especially with rent costs. Like, rent
Yeah,
is
rent's crazy. man.
Rent is crazy, man.
Yeah, man, it's just crazy.
I'm glad I am a homeowner.
Right.
My mortgage is way cheaper than a lot of people's rent.
Yeah, I
and
remember when
hence
you
the
were
problem we
telling
have
me,
now.
A lot of people
I remember
are
you
paying
telling me. It's
much more in rent than I'm paying in my mortgage.
Right. Hence
Yeah.
the issue in industry we have now, as far as the house, the inventory is just bleak.
Mm.
Why? Because people capitalized on that 2.5% interest rate. They capitalized
Gotcha.
on that
Yeah,
3% interest rate, which
And now
will
they don't
never
wanna go anywhere.
will never happen again.
During COVID,
probably
you mean?
right?
Yeah.
Which would never probably happen again. So now we're looking at 7%. Nobody wants that.
Got you.
Nobody wants it.
So I got a ton of questions. So just Jimmy,
Yeah.
I got a ton of
But
questions.
the
So
I
just
got a
jump
ton of
in.
answers.
Listen,
I
to the
got a ton
guys
of
out
answers.
the potential buyers out here, listen, doesn't matter if you missed the 2.5%, 3% boat, does not matter.
Time is no
7%, whether it's 7%, 6%, 5%, jump in. Things are gonna fluctuate. They're gonna balance itself out. You're gonna pay a little bit right now. Whatever that 6% interest rate or 7% interest rate, I guarantee you, it's more beneficial than paying $2,300 rent, $2,500 rent to somebody that's not. It's not going back into your pocket.
Right.
Every time you make that mortgage payment, that 7%, 6%, whatever it is, you paying yourself back. You're building your equity.
That's a good way to look at it. Yeah.
You're building your equity. Eventually, you can refinance. Eventually, you can knock some of them figures down. So don't wait to buy real estate. Buy real estate and wait. Period. And if you need help, contact Danny. Danny, give me your IG now. I know we usually do it at the end, but just in case.
What is my D? The agent.
She
D.
did not say that.
The letter D. The word the and the agent.
Yes. Follow my partner on Instagram.
that is it. On it.
So do you guys, since you guys are a team, right? Do you guys have because like I said, when I see the videos you guys have on IG, I'm like, man, they're fly. If I was buying a house, I want to go buy with them,
Ah, nice.
right? Because they're fly, right? So
appreciate that.
do you guys have like a different approach to like make the buying experience different versus all the other agents and how they approach it?
At the end of the day, I like to treat my clients like family.
Mhm.
Got to make it fun. Got to treat them like family.
Gotta make it fun. I like that. Yeah.
All right, gotta make it fun. Gotta treat them like family, but also you want to make sure you educate the buyer. My
Of
biggest
course,
thing
yeah.
is making sure you know as much as I know, so we're on the same page. So when we're out there looking, you know what to look at, you know what's what, and we can make an informed decision together.
Gotcha.
You know what I mean? If I can't make it, Danny's there. So, and vice versa. Danny can't make it to a showing or can't make it to a client. I pull up. And that's usually how we kind of like attack things.
That's what's up, man. I think it's important. I know when I was a first time buyer, my broker, I believe he's a broker, Kerwin Lynch. You know Kerwin.
Current, he works out of my office.
Kerwin
Good guy.
he's my friend. So I was like, when it was time for me to buy a house, I was like, okay, let's go.
Word.
And he walked me through the process. And I there were houses where he would have made a huge commission, but then he was like, nah, this one ain't right because of this or because of that. Like he wasn't just out to get a huge commission, right? So I think that when you show like you actually care about your client, then it makes them more comfortable throughout the process when you say, no, this is a good property.
Absolutely, man. You got to be able to build the trust with your client, and you know you don't want to show off rip that you just out to make a check.
Yeah,
you know what I mean, because when you treat your clients fairly, you treat them right,
they come back to you.
They come back and they bring their family back and their friends back.
Their referrals.
I've been invited to so many housewarmings and baby showers, or just off of handling your client's property.
That's what's up, man.
And they'll still call you. They'll still call me and be like, well, Danny, just like water started leaking. And I'm like,
ain't my problem.
Okay.
That's when you don't want
it. It's like 2 years later, but okay. But, I just gently remind them, like, there's things in place that you did put in place. Don't forget your homeowner's insurance that you're paying for every month, and et cetera, et cetera.
That'd be the worst, though.
But you definitely still don't push them off because, again, they're the ones that come back to you. They're so comfortable with you that they feel like, let me call Danny up and tell her what happened. Not that I can fix it, and they know that I can't fix it, but they feel comfortable enough to say, let me tell her what happened with the house. And of course, if I can't fix it, but I can connect you with the next resource.
Of course,
right.
To know what's happening and explain to you, especially first-time home buyers. They don't know.
Yeah.
So.
And those are the people that will most likely recommend you to other people.
Right. Exactly.
Like, I got the perfect person. Call.
Listen,
Danny,
referrals are our
Jimmy.
life. Referrals are it.
Got you.
Yeah.
You refer one, keep one. That's the best gift you could give somebody. Referral.
So in being a realtor, you're also married.
I am.
How long have you been married?
I've been married 16 years.
So I don't know if you saw our other episode where we talked to a friend of mine who's been married.
I did see that.
So 16 years at the 10-year mark.
Yeah.
Did you get him his Super Bowl ring, his parade, and his block party?
No, you don't do that for me. I don't do that. You know what? No.
No?
No.
You didn't get all that?
No.
All right.
Well, my thing is, it's like two things. I feel like in today's time, I can't boast about my man like I would like to. I don't feel like security or safety about it.
That's interesting. Let's talk about it.
And I don't feel it for two reasons. One, I don't want that, that popular song, that's my man, thank you for my man.
Okay.
Yeah, that little remix they made out that's so popular right now. I don't feel like I can use that. Because for two reasons, I don't want to do that and post the picture and boasting, and then I get the hey, woman to woman text. That's gonna piss me off.
Wait, I'm lost. I'm lost. I don't get it.
She want to keep her private is what she's saying.
Right.
She's not posting. She's not doing all that.
I don't want to do that because I don't want that. Hey,
she don't want to get that DM.
Woman to woman. I saw you post. That's your man. That's your man. But that's mine too. I don't want that. So I don't do it.
Keep it private.
And another thing is the way today is, and the way a lot of women are. The women are shooting their shots, right?
Yes,
so I go
are.
and post, my man rubbing my feet and, giving me a shoulder rub or whatever the situation is. And then they get the hey big head because they saw my post. Then you're like, hey big heading my man.
I don't even know where to go. I don't even know where to go from here.
So it's like, so I don't do that. Mm-hmm. I don't feel safety and security in doing that.
But you know your husband, right? Y'all been together forever, which comes through my ears. Right? Do you believe that he would even put you in that position?
I don't put anything past anybody. Like same thing you said, like the person you had on last time, he was married and you spoke about it, and he said he does not believe
in monogamy.
Monogamy, right? He does not believe that and believe that. I too, and I get killed for it every time.
Okay.
I don't feel, and I'm gonna say men. Mostly, like if women are doing this now, they're trying to keep up with the game. Like, oh, I don't have any emotions. I don't believe that. But I feel that.
You don't believe it either?
I don't believe it either.
Me either. Like,
no,
come on, stop it. Let's stop trying to be like these hardcore men. Let's stop. Mm-hmm. But like he said that, I understand him and I believe him.
Okay.
And my thing is, are you disciplined enough though? You have to have the discipline. Are you made to be that? No. But can you build a discipline to be what you said you're going to be in your marriage, right? In your marriage and things like that. Yeah, you can. You don't have to step out, even though I believe it's something that's in your nature. But I feel like at the same time, can you not be disciplined and say to yourself, "Nah, I don't want to do that."
Oof. Is it forgivable if he does step out? If he were to step out?
I think women are a whole lot more forgivable.
I think so too.
I think
I
women
will absolutely give you
can
that.
take and forgive a whole lot of stuff that men
Because
cannot.
when a man found out his woman was with another man, we be like, "Oh Lord."
Right, that's when the emotions come out.
Yeah.
That's when the emotions come out. And I can get what men when men say when men say, well, it's the women and you're the one that's receiving and the woman's emotional. Women are emotional. Yeah. And it does take a lot for a woman to step out, to cheat. It does take a lot. So once a woman feel comfortable doing that, know that you fucked up bad.
Damn.
Because
that's a word.
it's not something that women just walk up in bed and say, you know what, I'm gonna go just be with that one. It's not.
You don't think so?
Women, no, I don't. Well, these new women,
listen, 2023, I don't know, bro.
Right,
2023 is breeding a whole different type of women.
They have. Like this lady, me and my cousin were just talking earlier today, and we were talking about this post this lady posted. She was a doctor. She came home, she took off her scrubs, and she started cooking for her husband. Her husband was home. She showed the video of her husband home already, and she started cooking, and she said that her husband doesn't eat. He waits for her. And she starts cooking and stuff. And the hate that this lady received.
But the lady in the video was cool with what she was doing.
Right.
That's what I don't understand.
She was a doctor, and she came home, and, she felt she was on that stove cooking for her husband, and the hate that came from that. Oh, you're not a slave. He was there all the time. Why didn't he cook for you? And you did this. Man. And I'm like.
And all those women ain't got no man.
Toxic.
None.
Toxic.
And unfortunately, the ones that do kind of, they feed into that. That's what happens. Like, I think a lot of these marriages failing because we're eating what they're feeding us in social media.
Yeah.
Right.
Like when back in the day when the marriage lasted, why? Because nobody was in your marriage. You worked your stuff out in your house together, and you made it happen. You stayed. If you decided to stay, cool. You didn't decide to stay, cool. But you worked it out in your marriage. Now everybody's giving you marriage advice that's never been married.
This is true.
Man, married hoes giving marriage advice and they ain't married.
Yep.
Never.
Do you believe in like this toxic masculinity? We talked about this.
Yeah, we did.
Toxic masculinity, and then do you think that there's such thing as toxic femininity? Do you think it works both ways?
I definitely do.
Because once you said the hate she was getting on the on her post and girl, you shouldn't do this, you shouldn't do that. That's the first thing I talk about. Like that's the first thing I thought about. It's toxic femininity. Why can't this woman just be?
Right.
This is what works in her household. Right. This is what works in her household. This is what works for her. Why can't she just be without everybody being like, "Oh, girl, you shouldn't do this, that, and the third." It just breeds different type of negative.
Right. Because it's called jealousy.
I was just about to say
it's not. I'm not using the slang hating or whatever. It's called pure jealousy.
I was gonna say hating hoes, but go ahead. You're gonna say
it's the root of it.
Jealousy.
All. It's called jealousy, and you know what happens is they're gonna talk to her and they're gonna, you shouldn't do. And at the same token, if she felt for it, she replied and she said, "Listen, it works for my marriage." And that was like the best reply. It works. It works for my marriage. Best reply ever.
Yeah.
But if she was one of those people that were weak-minded and fell into that,
there you go.
The only thing that was going to happen is that first person that had like the 100 likes for her comment was going to go swoop after and take her man. Yeah. That's all that's what's going to happen.
Exactly.
And this is why, again, this is why I'm not posting like here, like my flowers, my shoulder rubs, my back rubs, because y'all different. They're shooting their shot even though they're out of bounds.
So even if your husband ain't got no side pieces out there, right? Do you feel like, based on what you said, even if you post all those things, the women will be like, "Oh, he doing all that for her?
Right.
Let me slide in his DMs."
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right, and that's where discipline comes in. Is he disciplined enough? I don't know this.
Right.
Because in my mind, I would love to think I'm enough. I would love to think I hit all the points that I'm so enough that you won't have a wandering eye or a wandering penis.
Listen, I'm pretty confident that your husband ain't got no side pieces or nothing like that. I don't. I'm just sticking up for him.
Thank you.
That's it. I think
good
he's a
dude.
stand up
He's a good
dude.
I know him. I
I
know
have
him for
never met him a
years.
day in my
I'm
life.
gonna take a
I
drink.
know
I
him
think-
for years. He's a good dude. He's a good
I'm gonna
dude.
take a drink.
Moving on. Next.
I'm gonna
Moving on.
take a drink.
So listen, how is so before you did real estate, you were in what?
Education.
Education. How is that transition from real estate to education?
Listen, real estate to education is a lot.
Wait. It was education then real estate or real estate then education?
No,
Education.
Education
Yeah.
then real estate. Okay.
I did special needs school. I worked for DIFIS for a bit, Children and Family Services for a bit. It was a bit different in the sense of real estate is a hustle job.
Of course, yeah.
You can't sit at home expecting your clients to come find you.
Oh yeah.
You
yeah.
have to be out. You have to make your name known. You have to be here. You have to be what we call cold calling and knocking on doors and placing door knockers and
It's a
all
hustle.
that and all that jazz just to make your next deal, you make your next move. You have to network. You have to speak to people. You have to have a team. All that. Being a woman, a mother, and a wife, having to be out all the time.
Sounds
So
fun.
you went
That's
from
heavy.
That
on
sounds like a lot.
relationships.
right. You went from being a school teacher, probably getting around, 3, 4 the latest. You stay after, get a little paperwork done for the latest. You go home and you do well for me because I'm into the old
Old school.
age
Okay.
Bro,
domestic
listen,
era
Okay.
type thing. I will cook.
man.
I will clean. Not only will I cook, I will take it out. I will place it on the table with a knife and a fork.
Bro,
And
Shakir, listen. This is
glass.
This is a running thing in the friend group that Danny literally like.
She's it.
Does
Listen.
everything, bro.
But I would get in trouble
Does
for it too.
everything,
Like my
bro.
girlfriends come on me
Everything.
like, you shouldn't, he shouldn't
But
be able
why
to.
though?
Because
Like, why
I don't
are
know.
they?
But I never listened. I just do what I need to do. That's the way I was brought up. That's the way my mother showed me the way I was brought up. It doesn't take much. Like, oh, you feed him before you feed the kids? Yeah, I'm not gonna feed my kids piping hot food. He could burn his mouth. I'm not gonna feed my kids piping hot food. By the time I serve him food, it'll cool down for my kids to eat at least.
Right.
You know,
Why-
what's the problem?
Why are women some hating mofos?
Hey,
Like
don't
even
know.
like
It's that
like
whole-
like take men for example, right? Even if as men, if I'm having a conversation with one of my boys and he's got something going on or doing something in his relationship, I wouldn't be like, I wouldn't do that shit.
right.
Like if you're doing it and it works for you and it all right,
No,
cool.
but that's
no
not
doubt,
true.
bro. That's
because
what's up.
Then they
Why?
wouldn't call that word simping wouldn't be there, right? Because when the guys do it, oh, you a simp, you a simp,
Listen,
right?
what I've
Where
learned.
is the romantic, mushy?
Right.
I'm
Yeah,
a hopeless
yeah.
romantic. Where are these guys?
It's easy. The answer is easy. Misery loves
Loves
company.
company. I agree. I
Period.
There
agree.
you go.
I agree.
Period. When people not happy, they scan the ends of the earth to figure out who else is not
Right.
happy or who is happy, so they could get them on their side to be the unhappy side. You know what I mean? So
So these
it's
It
bad,
is.
bro.
It's and it's on
that's where you
both
gotta-
sides, right?
but that's where you
I-
gotta be
I
kind of
think
like
she'll
strong
agree it is
in,
on both
in
sides,
your
yeah.
shit too. That's where you gotta be
Right, confident
confident in what you got
Right.
going on. You know what I mean? So when you start hearing all the buzzing and all the extra shit,
Right. When
Kinda rolls
when
off
they
the
start to
shoulder.
play with your masculinity and say, "Oh, you a simp. I told you come out. You don't want to come out. Your wife said no, so you're in. Your girl said no, so you're in for the night. Like, come on and just have a drink. What is she
Yeah.
gonna do to you?"
listen,
I'm just gonna respect that and just sit for a second.
I am a I love being in the house. Like I prefer to be in the house. So if you really want me to stay in the house, all right, I'm staying in the house.
This is
Anyway.
in that.
but then what that does when you're in the real estate game, bro, it's hard on relationships.
It is.
Nah, I
man.
agree.
It is.
Because
I do be wanting to hang out with Jimmy though, because he make his events look so dope.
Right.
And I'd be
Right.
like, bro, why you didn't invite me? He be like, oh, I forgot.
Yo,
You know?
listen, ask Danny, man. If
Those
Danny,
are
if Danny don't
events.
remind me about certain things, man, I would literally forget. Bro.
It's a lot. Like I said, being a wife and a woman, and they're used to certain things for how many years? They're used to me being home at 4. They're used to like dinner being hot by the time they come home and all the other jazz. So when you're in real estate, you're out, you're
Outside.
running out to do showings for not one client, but 2, but 3, but 4, or you're out at a network event that deems necessary to get your name out there because a closed mouth don't get fed.
Right.
If it was up to me, my Instagram page for stuff, being the person I am, I don't need that.
Right.
Like, but because it's something that you need, it's either
Yeah.
you make yourself known or they forget about you.
You have to
Gotcha.
network.
They
in
forget
our
about you.
field, yeah.
And then they'll buy their house and they'll be like, oh, Danny, I forgot that you did that.
Right.
You know, so
Gotcha.
You gotta put yourself out there.
Exactly.
You gotta be at the
It's a lot of that.
events.
So it was a lot of back and forth. A lot of you have to understand it's not like you see it on TV. There's a lot of movements, a lot of things to get to that closing table. Whew.
Yeah, it's a lot.
I can imagine. I got a question. I just came up with this in my head. So you are a mother, a wife, a career woman, an entrepreneur, right? What would you say is most important to you? Because I feel like the message today to women is career is most important. And then when you feel like it, go get you a husband. Like he's just gonna be standing there waiting on you. Go get you some kids. Like you got infinity to make that happen, right? And then I think when women get further on in age, they're like, "Damn, this career is not really fulfilling as I thought it would be."
Right.
Right. So what for you? What is most important to you?
If I'm being honest,
Totally honest.
I got married in my 20s, 23.
Okay.
I saw that being that wife, that caring person. I think myself as a caring person.
Okay.
So much that I probably get lost in people pleasing a little bit.
I can understand that.
But I think that part was like the biggest thing for me. I felt like if I was the wife, that nothing else would have stopped, right? So he's making the money. I'm working also, but his was significantly more than mine.
Okay.
But I felt like if I did the domestic things, if I cooked, I cleaned, and kept the stuff together, that's where I found my pleasure in.
Okay.
You know, seeing that he was pleased that way pleased me.
Okay.
And as I got older, now I'm 40.
Okay. Don't look it, but okay.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
Hey.
Now that I'm 40, a little bit of that pulled back a little bit. And I have, my girls, I feel like a little bit of both. I want my girls to be pleased with who they see. And I think I went a little less on pleasing my husband a little bit. And more so what my girls saw, make sure they saw something in me.
So since you were like in the beginning, right? You were the wife, you were the nurturer, right? Now, fast forward, being into your career, does he understand like, no, you care for me, you care for the children. Now you want to go do your thing, go do it. Is he more understanding of that?
That took a lot. Maybe if just past 4 months.
Recently.
Right. Like the past 4 months or stuff. But it took a lot. It took a lot of people like that's in real estate, like Jimmy, to be like, hey, this is what we have to do. It took a lot of other people in real estate as investors and things like that to say, like, listen, this is not what you think real estate is about.
Gotcha.
It took a lot of talking to make it happen because he got used to. I'm not gonna lie, I spoiled the shit out of him.
Of course. I can see how a man can get spoiled.
Right.
Yeah,
he got used to being spoiled.
Imagine your lady is home, cooking, cleaning, taking care of everything, taking care of the kids, have everything prepared for you when you get home. From that, every single day for umpteenth years, and then you go from she's out trying to hustle and bustle, get the real estate, get the money, get the checks. She's not as home as much. So I think it'll be a transition for any
I think so too.
Any relationship.
I think so too.
Any change in a relationship is hard.
Yeah.
Any change.
I mean, for the kids too. That's not even something we talk about. Because every time I step out the house, my youngest like, Daddy, where you
I
going,
get beat up every time.
We're going to show our house, baby. Right now? Yes, my love. Because you got to think about it too. A lot of people who's buying houses, they're working too.
Yeah.
So they don't get off till 5, 6 o'clock.
Right.
So now 5, 6, 7 o'clock, I'm out running around trying to show a house. My daughter wants to play. She wants to, do this, that, and the third.
Listen,
and then,
man.
you know what I mean? So there's sacrifices that you got to make. Sometimes those sacrifices, they weigh heavy on your household.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
But it's one of those things that, you're trying to get to an end goal. It is what it is. You just got to manage it as best as you can. You feel me?
Yo, so I got another question. I got a lot of questions.
Ask
Yes,
away,
I got
brother.
a lot of answers.
All right. So
Ask away.
you said you've been married for 16, 19 years?
16.
16
Ooh,
years.
nice.
16 years.
16 years.
How on God's green earth do you keep the intimacy at a high level? Or are you able to keep it at a high level?
That's
I'm
probably
sure
the toughest thing.
I'm sure you do, Danny.
That's probably the toughest thing.
How you know? How you know?
I'm sure they.
Right.
Come on, man.
Right.
Come on, bro.
That's probably the toughest thing. That's probably the toughest thing because I think I was telling him that the other day. Like we never had like a traditional marriage. It wasn't like a 9 to 5, come home, I come home, or he's home. You know, either he's starting dinner, I'm starting dinner type thing. We sit down and eat together and blah blah blah. Because of his work, he traveled a lot.
Okay.
A lot.
Gotcha.
Like every week a lot. So I found myself alone a lot.
Okay.
So I didn't have to do the wife thing until like maybe the weekends.
Oh wow. Okay.
And that's if time permitted, because when he did come back for the weekends, he had errands that he couldn't run while he was away, that he had to spend the weekends running.
Got you.
We do go to church, so on Sunday it was church time.
Sheesh. Listen, I'm gonna wait for a week.
It was
That
church
church gonna have to
time.
wait.
Schedule.
It was church time, see our parents, hang out there, come home, everybody's exhausted, and Monday morning back out on the road. So it was few and far in between, and that's where I think the discipline should come in, or does come in. If it came in, I don't know. But of saying to yourself, yeah, she can't be by me. She can't be at my job. She can't be at my travel destination location. She can't be at that hotel with me. So I need to discipline myself to know that I must see or
It's all
be with
about
my wife until then.
prioritizing too, right? It's about prioritizing things.
Wow.
You have the discipline to prioritize time for your lady, time for your man. Because without that, it should get rough.
So speaking of prioritizing, so since he was on the road, you guys, like when he was home on the weekend, you guys never set like, from 9 to 11, that's our time. It wasn't anything like that?
What's bad is when I came to realize, little things back in talking back and forth, because granted, in 16 years of marriage, you change
Of course,
a lot,
yeah.
right? People that are like, once this is always that, you're always going to be like, people change all the time.
Mm-hmm.
No one changes, or it is what it, no, people change all the time. So throughout, the time of marriage, I'm changing, you're evolving, you're experiencing different things while being away and things like that. I am a hopeless romantic. I am a sentimental mush pie. I find romance to be the best thing. I will rewind like the romantic part of a movie at least like twice.
I want to cry again.
I will do that just because I like it. And it started out because I liked certain things. I would do it. You hear, well, if you like it, do it. Okay. So I would be the one to initiate like romantic dinners in the backyard to get the lights in the tent, or the romantic dinners in the house, or buy the little romantic stuff to initiate things and get it together. But then once I kind of see that, it was like, oh, okay, oh, how nice that is. But I don't really want to stay outside too long. Like you don't think you should sacrifice just a little bit just because?
Right. I can see that.
Or I surpass myself and I say, you know what? I'm gonna stop doing like the romantic stuff that I like, and I'm gonna do something for you. Like I listen. I'm observant. I listen to people say what they like and what they don't like. And it helps me to gift you. It helps me to, love you. Friendships and all. It helps me to love you that way. So I really listen to what people say. I really listen to what people like or don't like, so I can do that for you, right?
I be feeling bad
don't
sometimes. Like
all the time.
if I'm with someone and she just does something for me because she was just observing me, I be feeling bad because I be like, man, I ain't pay attention to nothing you said.
Well, men, we different.
We are different, right? Like
some of the things,
right?
And I be feeling bad. Like I gotta pay attention more.
The older I get, the older I get, the less I pay attention to certain like things like that. Back when you were younger, you know.
Yeah,
You know,
when you younger, you know,
you
whatever.
trying to get the scans. You know, you trying to make your lady happy, so you paying attention to certain things. The older you get, like, man, I'm tired, bro. I'm busy. I gotta be up at 6 o'clock in the morning. So
Yeah.
you gotta have balance, bro. You gotta have.
I
that
think
good
it plays in
balance.
a role of when I guess you guys were talking about like hurt people.
Mm-hmm.
I think it plays in that role. I think it plays in a role of I for me, I give so much attention to these things, and when you don't give me that response that I can think I'm kind of sort of looking for, and you make it seem like it was nothing when I put my all into it.
Right.
I think that it kills that. So I won't do it no more.
I can understand that.
And that's how I am. I'm like,
Yeah.
you kill it, I'm not doing anymore.
I
And then what
agree,
does that happen? That goes to the next person. Oh, I'm not, I tried that Valentine's Day thing. I tried to do that. He wasn't big on it. So now I don't do anything for Valentine's Day. So now the other person has to suffer. Because I'm like, now I'm not a Valentine's Day person anymore.
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
Because
I understand that.
It's
I
of the
understand
other
that.
That's
person.
actual
Oh, I used to bring
factuals,
flowers, but they weren't into it. So now I'm not a flower person anymore. So
Yeah.
now I don't even think about, let me grab these flowers for my new lady or for my new man. Like,
Yeah, right,
in my head,
right.
it's
No,
like,
that happens. That
I
happens
think
more
we're
often than
whole
not.
people,
Right.
whole people.
You can be in a relationship for 13, 14, 15 years and be like super romantic all the time, but then it's not reciprocated.
Yeah.
You're not with that person no more. And then the next person is like, that's the furthest thing from your mind because you're so trained on not being
Yeah.
romantic anymore. Like it didn't work in your last
Right,
life.
right.
Presents, romance, flowers. I hate flowers. So now the next person, I love flowers, but you don't
Now,
even,
right,
you
you're
don't even
so
get
used
it
to it,
because you're so
right.
used to, you know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
You know what's so
What was
crazy?
it?
I try to like be over appreciative sometimes. Over the littlest things. I'm like, you made me a peanut butter jelly sandwich. I'm like, oh, this is good girl. Where you get this peanut butter from? This is exotic peanut butter. What is it? I try to overdo it so they know I
Exotic peanut butter.
appreciate
you
it.
appreciate it. Yeah.
Yeah.
You got to do that.
And listen, that's all I like. I'm not asking for
Right. Yeah.
I'm not asking for jewelry. I'm not asking for name brand this, that, or third. I'm not asking you to put a wad of money in my face. I just like the sentimental stuff. That you,
Sentimental
one,
things.
I gave it out,
They
and
go a
two, you
long way.
appreciate it, or vice versa. You thought of me. I'm like, Dad, you thought of me?
Right,
Oh, that's
right,
nice.
right.
Like,
Yeah.
because to me, whatever I'm thinking in my mind, you think too, which is bad.
Right.
Yeah.
Because it sets you up for failure. Because
Yes, it
nobody's
does.
thinking like you.
No, it is
But you,
sexual.
but you,
did.
but you know what's even better, especially for a woman, when she does something for you and then you're excited about it. You know what's even better than you being excited about it in a moment? When y'all get together with your friends and you be like, yo, let me tell you what she did last week for me. And you
Right.
big her up in front of other people
Yeah.
for what she did for you.
Yeah, everybody likes.
They
some
love
praise.
it. They
Everybody
love it.
likes some praise.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So yeah, that works.
I think it's important to have admiration for your partner in front of other people.
Right. And
I think that's very important.
right. It is. It is.
I'll say this. It's important to me.
Nah,
Right.
it's-
Like, you're
it's
not
a-
about to sit around here and,
Clown me.
yeah, you ain't going to make me look a certain
Right.
way.
Like I didn't just like do all of this or be
Right.
like I would love to be that one like when I see it on social media, I'm like, oh my God, that's so cute. I would love to be the same person to be like, look how great, look how, awesome.
But hoes be lurking and you can't do that.
No.
That and you just don't know like what's in
Social
the
media's
you don't
a
know what's
liar
in the
too,
cut.
guys.
Like if I get the hey woman to woman message, that's tough. That's tough for a lot of people.
Yeah,
Wait, you listen,
might have to
you
put,
keep,
like,
you keep mentioning this woman to woman.
No, because that's how they come to you. Hey, I'm coming
How
to
you know
woman.
that's how they come to you?
Because that's how they say it.
Have they come to you?
Oh,
All right,
I don't
so
know.
look. So we're switching gears.
I don't know.
Next
Look,
topic.
he's like, give me drink.
Oh,
Friendships
man.
over 40. Oh, I saw the face.
Friendships
We
over
talking
40.
Friendships over 40. Right. So I saw a post the other day, and it was a little bit of a rant. It was like, y'all need to grow up. We're adults. Everybody has things to do. If you don't talk to your friend if their friend can't make it to your event, shouldn't end your friendship. If they can't pop up to this birthday party, shouldn't end your friendship because everybody got stuff to do, right? But when you get with somebody, right, that you haven't talked to for 3 weeks and you're back like nothing ever happened,
Right.
those are the best type of friendships,
Of course,
right?
yeah.
But when we're younger, we got 100 friends. 26 to, from 18 to 26, 30, you have 150 friends.
You got
right?
1,000 hours in a day because you ain't doing
'Cause
shit
you
with
ain't
your
doing
life.
shit.
Yeah.
You get a little older, your friend list start dwindling down.
Start having kids, get married.
Yeah. So, Shakir, my question is for you. How's your friendships over 40? Like, how you handling that?
Man.
Is it still the same? You still handle it the same, or I got a couple people that I don't rock with no more like I used to.
Yeah, every friend that I have, I've known for 10 plus years. A lot of the friends I have, I've known since elementary school. Um, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not the type to be like, oh, he's a cool dude. We're friends. I mean, it took a while for me and you to connect.
Yeah.
Right. But once we connected, it was like it should have been like this the whole time, right?
Facts.
Because when we connected, we connected.
Right.
Right.
How we talk on this podcast is legit how we talk in person off camera.
Right.
Like
and that's the reason why. That's the reason why we decided to do the podcast.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure, way back when Jimmy first met me, if he had, not so good feeling about me or my character and vice versa, we wouldn't be sitting here
Probably
today.
be sitting here.
Right. So I think over 40, I'm very selective about who my friends are. You're not just going to pop up and be cool, we friends. That's that's not what I do. So, I'm not against like making new friends over 40, but it's also not just, oh, he's a cool guy, we're friends now. It don't happen like that for me. No.
Yeah.
Because I can't listen, I'll say this. For me as a friend, if I can't trust you around my kid or my girl, you're not my friend. Period. Those two things there, that's all I need to know. If I don't feel like if I'm like, can I leave him? If I got that, you're not my friend.
Word.
Period. Because it's something you showed me that made me feel that in the first place.
Big facts.
So
yeah, man, it's true.
What about you?
Me, I'm gonna say my circle is smaller, but it's by design. You know what I mean? I think over time things have happened. It's kind of like shed some light, some stuff that you probably didn't notice because you were still kind of like, in the clouds. Oh, my boy. But then you realize, damn, your friends don't do certain things. You know what I'm saying? So you get real selective. Like I said, you get real selective about who you call your friend. So my circle is definitely a lot smaller than it was before. But that's by design. I think it's quality over quantity at this point.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
So Danny, is it harder for? Because women can be like, I don't know, y'all different.
Keyword women. Yeah, there you go.
Y'all, I don't know. Y'all could be real catty sometimes, right? So is it harder to meet friends as a woman over 40?
So here's my thing is for a while with me and friendships, it's been a little something. Like I don't rush to make friends with them.
Of course.
I've probably spoken more about my life right now.
Yeah.
Than I have with, people that
on the No Mistakes podcast.
People that I've been friends with forever and a day.
Okay.
Because I feel like I observe people a lot. Like I said, I listen. And I think I know in my head how to be with each friend.
Okay.
And I don't commingle friends.
Got you. Oh, you don't?
No. If I hang out with this group of friends, I'm not going to say, come with me to go hang out with that group of friends.
I am that way, though.
Yeah, no.
Were you commingle?
I feel like sometimes I'm like, man, I got to get these dudes together. Because if I'm cool with him and I'm cool with him over here, just because for the simple fact that I'm cool with them, they're probably going to be cool with each other.
Yeah, that don't always work.
Yeah.
I had two groups of friends for a long time. Got the college friends. And I got the friends from the hood. Bro.
I can understand that.
And
I could definitely understand
for
that.
a long time, I could not mix them together.
Of course, I can definitely
Every
understand
time I
that.
tried,
That is
somebody rubbed somebody the wrong way.
Of course.
Yo, your boy right there, he too wild. He was jumping all over the place. He was taking his shirt off. Yo, this is not the type of
yeah, nah.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So
you be like, is this nigga stealing? Like, nah, I'm out of here.
Like, had to do one of these. But I think over time, it was a gradual thing. Like, I was able to kind of like mix that circle just a little bit.
I got you. I got you.
Yeah.
A lot of the friendships I made was because I was married, right?
Okay.
So it's kind of like whether, the husband's friends with the other one, and so you have to be friends with the wife. And luckily, it kind of worked out that we all liked each other, and we kind of branched off and hung out with each other and things like that. But it's like, in my head is like there's a category. Even though we're friends, we hang out all the time, I still don't have that, like, I'm not telling them everything.
Okay.
Type thing. I don't. my one friend got very upset at me because I don't say I have a best friend, right?
Okay.
And she thought that she was my best friend.
Mm.
So it kind of hurt her feelings, which I was very sorry about, But I'm like, if we're being honest and real, there's some things that are inside of me I haven't shared with you. Like at the same time, I haven't shared certain things with you. So friendships, I don't commingle. I do. Even now, making like when you start working, here's the thing. I can hang out with anybody, no problems hanging out with anybody.
I can see that.
But am I running to call you like, oh my no. Oftentimes it takes a while before I say my friend.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of people I met in real estate, so to speak, we hang out time to time, and I'll say maybe all those people, I'm not gonna call them my friend. I'll say they're my colleagues, they're my colleagues, they're my colleagues. Just a handful. I'll say, that's my friend. But we built that friendship through real estate.
Mm-hmm.
But some people, they're my colleagues. Oh, my colleague. And we can pop bottles of champagnes, have a good time and laugh and things. But that's it.
I can understand that.
So my friends they've been my friends for a while, and that's how I keep them. But again, I don't commingle. Like I'm a friend with this group, and we'll go out and go drink. But I'm not gonna say let's go meet with this group because no.
Got you. Listen, that's. I think that sometimes you have to be aware of who your friends are, their personalities and things like that, and how they may or may not intertwine with your friends on the other side of town.
Right. And I think that's all about caring for the person, observing the person, and you see that. Listen, we hang out this way, but then when I meet up with this one's a little different. She's more blunt, or she'll say things that'll probably hurt this one's feelings, and it's because I care for you that I'm not mixing you guys up. I can take it.
Yeah. You got that one friend that's gonna say something left, and the other friend's not. And it's not gonna take it.
Yeah.
So you kind of.
And I'm okay with it because I observed you. I know how to handle you. I know how to be with you. Like I know how to be with my friends because I paid attention to my friends. I know what to joke with and what not to joke with. Yeah. I know when I'm cool with my friend to be like, "Hey, bitch," But I don't normally
talk like that.
But if I know if there's one that's comfortable with it, and the next one will be like, why are you calling me that?
Yeah, I got you.
So
I think I'm like that, so to speak, to some degree. I'm usually like I speak my mind, but I don't offend people, right? I don't let friends tell me what to do. What I do don't make you shit.
Of course.
You know what I'm saying? What I eat don't make you shit.
Yeah.
Respect me for me. I respect you for you.
That's it.
And we could be boys. I don't need a dad. I don't need a big brother. You're my guy. Let's be friends, and that's it. Respect me for me. I respect you for you. What you do over there don't affect me. What I do over here shouldn't affect you.
I think also to that though, it's also a matter of like don't be out here judging me either.
Don't judge me. Everybody.
Like, I don't judge any.
If that
no one
that's
is
like
perfect.
The nail on the
yeah. Running around acting like you're the most
I know I ain't
friend
perfect
in the world, and you're not.
I ain't perfect.
Yeah,
so when my friends come to me and they be like,
I'm a big like. I don't judge anybody.
Yeah, I don't.
And I don't want anybody to judge me.
Yeah.
As long as we good with that, we can be friends. Kumbaya all day. Just don't judge me. I'm not gonna judge you.
I don't judge my friends.
There's plenty.
I may judge
you don't judge your friends.
I don't judge my friends. I may judge someone outside of my circle though.
I can call you and tell you like this wasn't cool. I'm not gonna blast you in front of anybody. I'm not gonna. I can definitely be like, "Yo, what you did was outrageous."
I'm gonna ride with you in a moment.
Right. I'm right.
I'm gonna ride with you in a moment, right?
I'm ha-ha-heeing with you.
But then when we get in private, I'm be like, "Bro, you tripping, right?"
Right. Let's have this conversation on the side, like, "Yo, Jay, come on, man. Like that shit wasn't cool." Well, what you mean? You did whoop-de-whoop-de-whoop. Like, damn, I didn't even think about that. Yo, thanks for talking to me about it. Let me go handle that instead of judging, talking behind your back, kicking your back,
or trying to embarrass you in front of other people.
Yeah, with women, it's a little tougher because I feel like they're always on the judging scale, where, like my girlfriends would tell me, "Oh, Danny, you're always picking the guy side. You're always picking the guy side." In essence, I'm not. I just have
that's a whole conversation.
To me, I feel like I have a more of a grace or more of a balance or more of a standing.
Okay.
Just like the prior man said with monogamy, I understand it. Mm-hmm. Like it goes way back to biblical, right? It goes like way back to the beginning, where it's you have 1,000 wives and 2,000 concubines. It's like embedded in men until the Western society changed it and said just pick one,
right?
Pick one, and that's it, right? So I can get and understand where it's that comes into like the Western society. It wasn't in Africa. It wasn't. Africa was still, the man had this tribe over here, this wife over here, this one over here, and that's how we grew up. But then we came into the Western society, and it's like only one. You only get one. Right. So now we're following the law of the land. Following the law of the land, and I get it. It's a hard transition. I get it. But at the same time, I'm saying implement discipline.
I think,
or don't do something you're not ready for.
I understand that.
That's it.
I think that discipline comes with time.
Right.
And I think that
I agree.
That discipline, I'm just learning, like, in like my later 30s into my 40s, because prior to that, I was like, I want her and her and her. I'll take her too. Oh yeah, come on. Right. So I think that discipline has to be built over time.
Right.
Yeah.
So.
Experience is a great teacher, bro. Sometimes you get to a certain point. I've been saying this the last couple episodes. Like sometimes you just get to a point in your life where you just don't have the desire to to deal with certain things anymore, man. You don't got the desire to do the extra shit. You just want to be happy, put a smile on your face, and walk out the door. Not worry about nobody talking shit behind your back.
Exactly.
Not worry about your friends saying anything crazy. Not worry about who's watching you. You just want to be happy. So, experience. You get to a point in your life, experience has taught you, don't do this shit no more.
So I think to that, and I want your perspective on this, right? I always say that no woman can come along and make a man be faithful.
Right.
I said you're only going to get a faithful man under two conditions. Either he's reached an age where he's just like, I don't want to do this no more, or he reached a number where he's like, man, I slept with so many women, I don't want to do that anymore. But you could be the greatest woman on earth. If that man has not reached his number, his place, or whatever for himself, it don't matter who come along. So what would be your perspective on that?
I'm in a complete agreement with you, like completely. Okay. The thing is, growing up for me back in the day, it's you finish college, you find a job, and then you get married. Okay. You don't live like that, especially going to church. You don't live shack up. We don't shack up. We don't have children out of wedlock. Okay. This is what you must do. So in my mindset, that's what I must do. So I am graduating out of college, and as soon as the day of my graduation, I'm getting proposed to, because that's what we got to do.
Right.
I can't go live with you and start the next step without that step. Gotcha. And I can't have the children without that step.
Got you.
So I thought in my head, you stay true to that value, to that tradition, it will work that way. Mm-hmm. But it doesn't. It comes with a lot of hardship. Why? Because you're 23, you're in your 20s.
Barely know life.
Right. Like, gotcha. Who said that? The Cosbys? You didn't sow your oats.
Royal oats. Gotcha.
No, that was Coming to America.
Oh, okay.
You didn't do that. So now you feel like you're missing out on something, right?
True. I can
you see
that.
These people having this, that, and the third. You feel like, oh man, I missed out on this. I missed out on that. I didn't get a chance to do this, that, and the third.
FOMO.
Because I got married, whatever the situation is.
Got you.
So in turn, I can have a little bit of grace, because I kind of try to understand. I try to be understanding and see, why you want to do certain things, or why, like, oh my goodness, I want to be able to pick up and go to your parents' house and not really have that life to find yourself, to know yourself. Okay. I get it. But I'm completely agreeing. If you don't have a chance to do certain things or experience certain things, you won't value it at the end. Unfortunately, sometimes you do so much, by the time you come to the end when you want to value it, shit's gone.
Mm-hmm. For men or for women?
Both sides.
You think so?
By the time you want to value, by the time you want to appreciate who you have,
I think that's
gone.
Oh, who you have, a specific person.
No, it's basically like in that wanting to wait and wanting to this one, that one, like you said, like this girl, that girl.
I was like,
right. In the midst of doing all of that, you missed the one that was
yes, okay.
Right? You missed
I
that one.
agree with that 100%.
And by the time you realize you want to go back,
it's too late.
Yeah, I agree with that 100%.
And even if I didn't budge, even if I didn't move, even if I stayed as your wife, and so to speak, it's not the same.
No,
it's
definitely not the same. I understand that too.
You missed that when it was.
See, that's the whole conversation too.
We might have to bring Danny back.
Yeah, we're gonna have to bring Danny back.
We're gonna have to bring Danny back
for sure.
The first time we brought somebody back a second time, but just FYI. Right? So it's that time. It's that time of the show, man. So takeaways for today's show. All right. Who wants to go?
So at the end of the show, Danny, we do takeaways. What you got from the conversation, yada yada yada. So we're gonna let you go last.
Okay.
Because after you go, we're gonna tell you. We're gonna ask you again to give the people your social media handles where they can find you. So,
You want to go?
Jimmy, kick it off. Go ahead.
Man, takeaway for today's show is treat people right, man.
Okay.
Treat people right. Value everybody's opinion, and everybody deserves a little grace. How about you?
Damn, I had a good one too. I forgot it. That's old age.
You're getting there for
Danny, why don't you go? Then I'll maybe I'll think of it.
My takeaway is but basically the same I've been doing, right? Be observant and caring, and definitely I'm in for the grace. Grace is
okay.
Like understanding that no one's perfect. Everyone makes mistakes, and if somebody can come to realize their mistakes and try to work on it and things like that, you should be open to it and not so close-minded.
Fair.
Basically,
I think my takeaway, I'm gonna piggyback off of what you said. Based on what it sounds like, some of the things you said in relationships and marriages, there are ebbs and flows, right? Ups and downs. You have to be flexible. You have to be understanding.
Gotcha.
You and your partner are always evolving, changing, and both of you have to have grace and understanding and evolve and change with each other.
That's it.
Till next time, we out of here.
Give him your IG one more time.
Oh yeah,
man.
true.
D the agent. That's my IG. Danny Analyst is on Facebook. And
if you're looking for a house to buy,
there we are.
hit her up.
There
we are.
Don't worry about me. Hit her up. All right. Either way, don't worry about picking Jimmy or Danny. Hit her up.
You're gonna get two people that care about you.
You're gonna get two. You gotta get the
exceptional service,
and that's gonna guide you in the right direction. Yo, we out of here till next time.
We out.
No mistakes. Peace.